All right, everybody, welcome to another webinar. This time it's with a couple of friends of mine. You may know Steve or not, but he's been in the real estate world for a long time, helping us out as real estate agents with a great product in the past. And then Adam is newer to our world, but brilliant nonetheless. They got together and created a company called Dialzara, and that's what we're going to talk about today. I don't want to spoil it, so I'm not even going to talk about it. I want you, either Steve or Adam, to get going, and then I'll ask questions as we go through this.
Cool. No, I appreciate that, Tristan. I would just add one thing. So Steve and I worked together for like 10 years at Prospect now. So this is my first time.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
I didn't know it was that long, dude. I thought it was like the tail end of it.
no, I was like salesperson number 3 or 4, and yeah, stuck around and got to see how the sausage was made in a software.
Exactly. In fact, Tristan, so Adam started at Prospect Now as a salesperson, and it was interesting. And Adam, you've heard me tell this story many times, but what struck me about Adam was that he was always like figuring out these cool and slick ways to use tools to do his job. Like there was a lot of
Cool.
they were calling on a lot of inbound leads and things like that. And Adam was like, nobody really wants to do that, right? If there's a more efficient way to do it. So Adam started figuring out all these creative ways, and then these creative ways ended up becoming like systems and processes. And fast forward 10 years and he was running like all of operations at Prospect Now.
Nice,
Pretty cool.
man. Well,
Yeah.
this is pretty fitting. So I love the progression. So what do you got?
Yeah, it was a great run. And I'll talk about Dialzara, and then we can dive into some of the ways I evaluate all the new AI tools that are coming out, right?
Yeah.
There's like 10 a day.
Yeah,
Um,
I feel like there is, man. And in real estate, I feel like there's one a day. Some of them suck, some of them are amazing.
yeah, we'll talk about that because I got something to share there. But I want to highlight, like, so for, I would say, the last 3 years at Prospect Now, I was in charge of running our sales team, and part of that was like sales ops stuff, like making sure we had a working phone system. And so we use this tool called Air Call, which is just like a soft phone, right, for business. And
mhm.
one of the biggest headaches of my day to day was when I would log in and see, oh, we had like 30 people that tried calling our sales line yesterday, and nobody picked up. Either guys were on the phone, out to lunch, or the office was closed. And at the time, there were limited, this was pre-AI. So the options were hire somebody directly to do it for you, or hire a answering service, right? Outsource
Yeah.
it to party phone call. What I learned then, and it has come to be reinforced just in my conversations with our customers at Dialzara, is that
I think Adam,
answering service
you're
kind of
cutting in and
suck.
out a little bit.
They don't know your business. They don't care about your
Oh,
business the way you do, or than any of the other businesses they're answering calls. Is my internet
yeah,
dropping?
you're going a little bit. I
Or
wasn't sure if it
is
was
flipped?
just
I don't
me,
know if you can
but
still hear me.
hey, while you're coming back, Tristan, just one thing I can add to that is that when we were getting all these, it takes a lot of effort, right, to get to a place in any business, in real estate or otherwise, where you can get people to call you, right? Like that's like
Yep.
the holy grail. And um, we were able to do that pretty successfully at Prospect Now, but I don't think it relates to just Prospect Now. It's in real estate, if you can get the phone to ring, that's a big deal. And we at the time were spending a ton of money with Google
Hmm.
on getting leads. And man, if I had a nickel it probably took years off my life, Tristan, but like not having people that were raising their hands saying they're interested in a product and not giving them a phone call like immediately is just like nails on the chalkboard. right? It costs a ton of time and money
Yeah.
to do that. And so I think Adam, it sounds like you're back, but
Yeah.
Adam, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's fair to say that we realized at that time the importance of not missing phone calls ever, right? Especially when we were paying like 40, $50,000 a month, right, to generate a lot of those leads. And I don't care how you get them, leads take effort, time and effort, right? Whether you're doing SEO or whatever, and missing those was just painful, right? All right, Adam, you're back. So I
Yeah.
just,
Sorry about that. So anyways, so we didn't have a solution for that at the time because AI wasn't here yet. But fast forward to last year, Chat GPT is just blowing up, and it goes from like 0 to 100 million users in like a week, right? Um, Almost immediately, I thought to myself, man, it would be really cool if I could build a version of Chat GPT that knew everything I wanted it to know about my business and could answer the phone and talk to people when I can't. And so I built that. And I say but I hired people that know what they're doing to build that for me. And it was originally just kind of general purpose, right? It's for any type of business. And then I was talking to Steve one day as trying to get him to come on board as an investor and business partner, and
Mm-hmm.
he shared a story with me about a 1031 exchange he was involved in, and it really hit home. I was like, dude, a real estate agent may or may not get hundreds and hundreds of calls, right? But it's not just about the quantity of calls you're getting. It's also about that one call that could be a six-figure commission check, right? And
Yeah.
Steve, you want to add some color to that story?
yeah. So at the time, Tristan, I was doing, I had a house in California that I was renting out, and I decided to exchange it into an industrial building in Idaho. And anybody that's ever done a 1031 exchange, it's kind of stressful, right?
Yes,
Because,
it is.
right? Yeah,
Time.
you got your 45 days, and if you're on contract on the other side, of course, the buyers want to close as quickly as they can, and then you're trying to slow them down so that you can find the right property. And you don't want to make a bad decision just to avoid paying taxes. So I was right in the middle of that when Adam was talking to me about Dialzara, and I was pounding the phones calling brokers, trying to find a replacement property. Um, and man, and I was sharing this with Adam. Meanwhile, he's literally building the solution to my problem, right? But uh, I was I was shocked at how few real estate agents answer the phone. And I
Here's a,
get
here's
it.
a here's
Yeah,
part of it. Part of it, Steve, is that yes, some real estate agents suck at answering the phone. That's
right.
definitely true.
Yep.
But the other challenge is that there are some who are super busy, right? And
Yes,
that means
totally.
they're currently prospecting, they're currently on with a past client, they're showing property, or they're in the middle of something with
Well, yeah,
that's
or they're in a
real estate related.
showing, right?
Yeah.
Or yeah, totally.
Yeah, so I love what you guys have created here because it hits to the core of our problem as a real estate agent, which is I can't pick up the damn phone all the time, whether it's an online lead, past client, somebody coming in from a sign call. I don't know where it's coming from, right? And then you solve
Hey,
this. So
Tristan, also, don't you think it's true that a lot of the times, and this is the hard part, is a lot of times those phone calls candidly aren't very valuable, right? Meaning like it's just some
yeah,
tire kicker that's not really that serious. And then you just interrupted a very important meeting with a client that's actually really important to take that call. And it's like, it's just
wait,
a
are you talking about the insurance calls we get from NAR selling our information? Is that what you're talking about?
maybe it is.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's the hard part is then you kind of, it leads you to actually be less inclined to pick up the phone because oh my God, I don't know what I'm going to get, right? Like, is it going to be, um, and so to me, like a big part of that, and Adam, this kind of leads back to what you were saying is, By the way, just full transparency, I used to be a commercial real estate broker, right, for a number of years. So I can, I'm not ripping on, I was that guy, you know what I mean? I was the guy that missed the phone calls. And in this case, in the example we're talking about, I had 45 days to spend $4 million, and somebody was going to get paid. And guess what? The person that answered the phone ultimately was the person that got paid. And I'm going to do a bunch more deals with that person, by the way. She did a great job. I have another exchange I'm going to do, and she's going to get a bunch of business from it. So it's like, you know, the value of being able to not miss a call is just almost can't be described.
Yeah. So what I wanted, what I guess where I'll segue here is just I want to talk about, as I've been building this business for the last year and a half, as really kind of a solo operator, and then with Steve once he came on board, I've been leveraging AI for as much as I possibly can. And so what I think, if it's valuable, just real quick, and then we'll get back to more details on Dialzara and how it could be used for a real estate use case. I just like to kind of share my framework for how I think about these tools and which ones, how to decide whether something is even worth exploring, and share some tools that I found helpful in my journey. So the number one thing I look for when I'm looking at any AI tool is, is there a product behind it? There are many products. Many of these are like join the wait list, or it's some white label. It's like there's literally, I think some of the best selling apps on the iPhone App Store are literally, they are ChatGPT clones that are,
Yeah. They're using ChatGPT to create a ChatGPT product.
Exactly. So making sure it's a real product, there's some unique difference between it and ChatGPT. Those are the two things. And then the third thing is like, can I try it before I buy it? Right. And I feel like at this point in the software industry, most products, you can get a free trial, you get some kind of limited free preview of it before you spend any money, which is super helpful. And then the biggest thing is like, obviously defining your goal. What is it that you want this AI thing to do for you, is critical. And so in my case, right, our marketing strategy has been primarily SEO. So we've been working on SEO for the better part of the last year and using AI tools to do it. And so the one tool that I'm going to plug today for SEO that, I don't get paid if you sign up for it or anything like that. I just really love the product. It's called SEO Bot. SEObot.ai, or SEObotai.com is the website. And this is the coolest thing ever. It is, you give it your website, and it will write high quality 3,000 plus word blog posts and automatically publish it. SEObotai.com. I think this is a different one.
SEObotai.com.
So this thing writes a new blog article for me every day. When it first started, I would let it write it and then QA it to make sure it wasn't saying anything crazy. And I did that for a couple months, and I was like, dude, this thing's really good. I don't even need to check anymore. So now it runs on autopilot, and it drives traffic to my website. It's incredibly cheap.
All right, saving that one, sending it to the team right now.
Yeah, and so it's also an example of like one of the like the latest AI buzzword is AI agents, right? And this is an example of an AI agent platform. It's got literally, I don't know how many different AI agents behind the scenes working together, but it will go out, check it, it'll do research, write a post. It's got an agent that QAs everything and make sure it's not hallucinating. And it integrates with all the major platforms, WordPress, Webflow. So it can push the content straight to your site, start getting it indexed in Google. And in my case, it's been great. We went from getting like 0 organic visits a month to now we're getting over 6,000 organic visits to our website each and every month. So that's been the number one tool for me. And the number two tool I would say is actually our own. It's Dialzara. And this kind of speaks back to what I was saying in this mental model of analyzing these tools. Is there an actual product? And as I've seen the competitive landscape for our industry change, I'm seeing other competitors that are trying to do what we're doing. And if you want to get access to their product, you have to fill out a form, you have to request a demo. Ours is really easy. There's a phone number. It's right there at the bottom of the screen, or the big orange button. You can call it and talk to it, and it will try and sell you on Dialzara, obviously. But you can see, hey, this is a real thing. It really works, and we have a free trial. So like our product checks all the boxes if you're adopting the framework that I
Hey,
described.
so one thing I would add to that, Adam, is I would encourage everybody on the webinar today um, to when you're done, if you want to hear like Zara in action, obviously it will be selling itself, right? Dialzara. If you go to the Dialzara website, obviously it's no cost. You can call with that big orange button up at the top. You click on that, and you're talking to Zara about Zara, right? But just imagine that same technology knowing everything about your business and your customers calling Zara, but now they're talking about your business. So it's kind of a free way to demo it and play with it, and kind of interact with it with, a no risk way to do that. So that big orange button up at the top, if you get a few minutes, it's kind of fun, right? You can ask it questions. By the way, like, it's been exercised, right? And it gets smarter and smarter and smarter. And that's one of the advantages I think we have is, Adam started this business about a year ago. And that's been kind of a big advantage for us because we've been learning, right, for the past year. And like, I'll give you an example. This is actually really interesting to me, is that we have a customer in Florida, and in Florida, verbal contracts are legal and binding. So somebody called up our customer who was a real estate broker. Tristan, you know him, it was Diego, right? And they tried to trick his AI, which was Dialzara, into giving him a discount on a property that he had listed, right? So they were like, oh, hey, can I buy that property for half off? And the AI was smart enough to say, no, you can't do that. And it's just amazing what we've learned over time by making the model smarter and smarter. And then you as real estate agents benefit from that because we start feeding those learnings, if you will, back into the model for the benefit of real estate generally, right? To the extent that we can. So it's kind of cool, but you can go on there and just talk to it, and it's pretty fun actually. Like you can have a lot of fun with it.
Hey, I know we got only a few minutes left, so why don't we do this, Tristan, if you're cool with it? Can I just show you guys a quick demo of what Dialzara looks like?
Yeah, I wanna hear it, man. Give it to me.
Totally.
Let me here. All right. You guys see my screen okay?
Got you.
Perfect. So I'll give you a 15-second run through of the interface. Super easy to set up. We've got like 40 different voices to pick from. We give your AI agent a phone number, so you can set up call forwarding to this number for calls that you can't take. Any calls that hit that number are going to be greeted by whatever greeting you give the agent. So in this case, Steve and I, spent 15 minutes putting this together the other day. Just kind of a real estate centric example that can ask basic questions. Are you looking to buy, looking to sell, schedule a showing, etc. What is going back to that framework? Customizability is a big thing. There are a ton of content creation tools that I've come across where it's very limited in terms of how you can customize it. And ours is very customizable, as you can see. You give it everything you want it to know, and it will run with it on those phone calls. You can
I love
also,
that you guys trained it on Why Realty. That was great. Great job,
oh
guys.
yeah,
Thanks.
yeah,
Thanks for
yeah.
a plug for my new
We
brokerage.
we did, yeah. By the way,
Um,
it looks very professional. You guys
yeah,
got some good stuff going on over there.
totally.
Thanks, man.
Um,
Hey, Adam, real quick, just so people understand, that training guide is, maybe people have heard this idea of a prompt, right?
yes,
Prompting the AI. That's just the prompt.
same thing. Yep.
So it's
It's,
it's whatever you want it to be, right? You
yep.
can tell it to do.
You can also upload files, add your website, things like that, for just fast, easy training. Um,
So think of this, you can put all your listings up there.
So
correct.
hold on
Yeah.
really quick, just so that people understand. If we upload a link to all of our listings or documents to all of our listings, and somebody calls in to my phone, that's Dialzara, and they said, "Hey, yeah, I just had a quick question about 123 Main Street." And then they see like, "Yeah, here's the information. What are you looking for? Is that enough? It's priced at whatever, it's still available." Is that what it does?
Yes.
That's exactly right. So, Tristan, on the last webinar we did with Diego, that's what
Yeah.
he just puts his listing information into the knowledge base,
Uh-huh.
and like I've got example calls of people calling, and they'll say, "Hey, I'm looking for something in South Florida," and it will pull the listing information and say, "How about that? Does this property sound good?" And go from there. So yes, thank you for highlighting that.
Tristan, generally, there's like three things people do with this.
Go. What is it?
One is schedule a meeting or a showing, and it will do that, right? So it's like, oh, are you interested in this? Let's schedule some time with Tristan, right? And it'll send you the Calendly link. It'll send the customer. So schedule is one of them. The second one is a live transfer. Like if it's a hot lead and you're available,
Mm-hmm.
it could ask, and you can train it. It could say, would you like to talk to Tristan right now? Right? And
Mm-hmm.
then it'll call your phone and you can talk to that person. This is about separating, for lack of a better word, like the wheat from the chaff, right? Like the
It'll do a live transfer.
transfer.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Oh.
Right. Um, and then the third thing would just be follow up information or sending, like, to your point about, I mean, it may just be somebody that's not that serious and they just wanted to ask about what the square footage was of a listing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it'll answer that question and move on, you know? And of course,
Mm-hmm.
you get a recording and all that stuff of all the calls. You can go back and look at it. But those are really the three things that people want it to do. I mean, it's capable of doing much more, but those three things are kind of the most important, right?
yeah.
And
Uh, let's
what
do
will
this.
we do? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say, let me give this one a call, and
Oh, yeah, give it a call. Go. I'll stay quiet.
Yeah, I'll put
okay.
myself on mute, Adam.
Thanks for calling Y Realty. How can I help you today?
Yeah, I was looking to buy a property.
Great. Could I please have your first and last name?
Yeah, it's Adam Stewart.
Thank you, Adam. What type of property are you interested in?
I'm looking to buy a rental property.
Got it. Do you have a preferred location or neighborhood in mind?
Anywhere in Los Angeles that is fine.
That works. When are you looking to move into a new property?
I'm looking to buy by the end of the year.
Perfect. What's your budget range and how much are you looking to put down?
Budgets, 1 to 1.5 million, and I'm going to put 20% down.
Thanks for sharing that. Are there any specific features or amenities you're looking for in the rental property?
I just want it to cash flow.
Understood. Would you like to schedule a viewing of any properties, or do you want to discuss options with an agent first?
Yeah, I'd like to talk to an agent first.
Sure thing. May I have your phone number and email address to pass along to our agent?
Yeah, it's 408-710-5909. And my email is adamstewart3@gmail.com.
Thank you, Adam. Just to confirm, that's 408-710-5909 for your phone number and adamstewart3@gmail.com for your email. Is that correct?
Yep, that's it.
Great. What's the best time for our agent to reach you?
Anytime in the afternoon this week.
Got it. I'll make sure our agent contacts you in the afternoon this week. Is there anything else you'd like me to pass along?
No, thank you.
Thank you for the information, Adam. An agent will reach out to you soon to assist you further.
Thank you. Bye.
Dude, I would not have been able to capture that fast enough. It'd be like 1, 2, 3, 5. Can you repeat that, please?
So the benchmarking on this is really like the transcription is insane. It's like 99.9% accurate.
That's crazy.
And it gets it on the first try. So yeah.
And
Now
I have a question. I like
Yeah.
Lilith. Okay, I like her. But do you have a Southern accent one? Because I like
I don't think I've got a Southern accent. We can add
you
one.
gotta make a Southern accent one, man. That's like a must.
I do have British and Australian. I know a lot of people like the British one, but you know what, Tristan? We'll add a Southern accent.
That would be amazing. That's the one I'm going to use all the time.
Yeah.
And the
I
cool
think,
thing
you know
is,
what? As part of that, we're going to have a Boss Hog version with the Southern accent. Yeah.
that's hilarious. The Dukes of Hazzard. I
There
want
you go.
Roscoe then. I want Roscoe and Boss Hog.
Yep.
That's
So-
so funny.
Now, like the experience for you as the agent in this case is after this call, you're going to get an email and it's going to say, hey, this person just called. They're looking in for an investment property between this much and that much. They're looking to put this much down. Here's the phone number. Here's the email. You can reach them in the afternoon this week. So you get that email like immediately after the call. In fact,
Dude, I love this, guys. I didn't think about this piece before, but this is really important for like our team who's heavy listing, right? Let's say we've got 20, 30, it's a big team or even a brokerage, right? This could be the line for the brokerage where
Yeah.
where an agent would call, and the number one complaint for an agent calling another listing agent, I don't get callbacks. I need to know if you have an offer, right? I can simply go here and put in the knowledge base, oh, you know what? We just went under contract, right? Or, hey,
Totally.
you know what? Submit an offer. We can't talk about commission. Just submit an offer, right? Our client's looking at everything. Just submit an offer. Here's the situation. So it could really go further with agents who ask questions and just want answers. I didn't think about that before.
Yeah, totally. No, the beauty of this is that it's very ubiquitous. You can use it for virtually any use case you can think of, whether it's customer facing, internal operations. It's really powerful.
But Tristan, like this page he's got up here right now, actually open that up again, Adam, if you don't mind. Is you can, when you set your prompt, right? And you can see that whole prompt there. There's a lot of information. You can call it in real time or chat with it on the right and test it. So you can pretend that you're the customer, right? In that exact scenario you just described. And role play with it and just keep optimizing it until you got it exactly what you want for your business. Yeah. And I think that's what we've seen. It's like when we've seen some people have done some really creative things with it that we didn't consider or think about, and that's kind of exciting.
I have to play along with it. Guys, we're on time.
Yep.
I want everyone on here. I put up the link to Dialzara there. What I want you to do is I want you to just play with it, click the button, call it, ask questions, and then look at the pricing. It's not very expensive for something that allows you to pick up the phone and connect with people. That this is like an extension of you. Just train it, right? So
Exactly.
test it out, have fun, go to dialzara.com. And I'd like to do another one like in 3-ish weeks, just to see where you guys are at, what else you've added. and just go from there. Maybe play with it a lot more in different situations.
Yeah, sounds great. One last thing before, so I in my spare time, I've been putting together a directory of tools for real estate that are AI tools, realestateaitooldirectory.com.
That's yours?
Yeah, I put this together the other week, and yeah, so I'm just trying to add to that and give you guys a resource for the latest and greatest AI tools specifically for real estate agents.
All right, what's the website?
realestateaitooldirectory.com.
I'm going to post it up. Let me make sure I got it right. realestateaitooldirectory.com. realestateaitooldirectory.com. Let me make sure I got it right. All right, do me a favor, Adam, text that over to me,
Got it.
and then I will share it into Lab Code Agents, and then everyone who was here will blast that one out to everyone that registered and watched this, and then we'll go from there.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys. This was good. I like it. And then let's get the Southern accent on.
You got it.
We're doing it.
And then,
What about a Sean Connery? That'd be kind of cool. Like, this listing is no longer available.
I don't know if I want to argue with Sean Connery. I'd be like,
Yeah,
yes.
right. There's a situation where you're not going to be able to buy this property easily.
That would be hilarious. Oh,
Hey, one other thing before we sign off here is anybody that goes on and does a free trial, it's a 7-day free trial. We will build their prompt for them at no charge. So if you just want to go in there and you want us to help you build your prompt, we'll do it for you if you go sign up for a free trial. Just want to kind of help people along and get acclimated to this, because honestly, fast forward a year, I think real estate agents that don't have stuff like this, it's going to be a disadvantage.
Yeah, it is. Very, very. Guys, thank you so much. Steve, Adam, appreciate it. Let's do this again.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, Tristan. Appreciate it.